This session of ADHD contains graphic descriptions of violence, gore, or sexual themes. Listener discretion is advised. And as always, we hope you enjoy.
Hey everybody, Orion here. Welcome to part 2 of the Siblings one-shot that we recorded in around Easter and are playing in December. You know, recorded around one holiday and played for the next. Hope you enjoyed part 1, and I hope you enjoy part 2 involving Caleb, Jackie, Brett, and Carson as they hunt some terrifying monsters created by my son. Hope you enjoy. I just want you to know this guy has 3 damage resistances. I just want you to know that.
27.
I was like, no.
27 damage, 20 piercing, 2.
What does it look like to kill this thing?
Oh shit!
Already?
Already.
I mean, after being very frustrated with the way the last volley of arrows went, so whenever Arantis is using his bow, he's not pulling arrows out of a quiver. He's just drawing the bowstring back, and an arrow of light materializes on the bow, and he just fires it. And so here he goes, he hides, he takes a moment to steady his aim, and he unleashes an arrow at full draw. And I think you just see an arrow of light zip through a shrub, one of the shrubs that's in front of the shrine here, and kind of bury itself. It has a single eye, is that right?
Yes, one single eye on the top of its center of its football-shaped head.
Bury itself in the single eye. And then the arrow actually dematerializes. But like
does it go all the way
shot
through,
is
and then
is powerful enough. You know what? I like that. I was going to say it like hits hard enough to like have a physical impact that carries it backward a little bit. But yes, pierces through the eye and then out the back of the head.
I almost feel like because it was guarding,
dematerializes 2 feet away from the head.
I was also going to say I feel like it was guarding with its arms up, like in front of it, so your arrow pierces through its arms and then through the eye and then through,
and then just like vanishes.
Yep.
In a shimmer of light.
And then the thing deflates and goes flat on the ground.
Deflate?
Oh no!
Oh, there was no bones, right?
Yeah, there's no bones.
Creepy.
This horror brought to you by Caden.
Ziggy gets
Arantis
down, immediately starts cutting it open to look for bones.
Arantis walks up to Ziggy and claps him on the shoulder and says,
Ah!
"You did a fine job out there."
It's like it feels like a big one-piece Halloween outfit, like that really cheap material you get from a Halloween store. That's what it feels like.
Well, Ranty, I'm sad. There's nothing. There's no bones.
Its eye is still there though. You can have its eye.
I don't like eyes. I like bones. Where are the bones?
Yeah, Rolo kind of walks up, and now that the monster has been dispatched before he can get to it, he just kind of
he's holding a flaming sword.
He kind of does like a flourish with the blade, and the fire on the sword goes out. You can kind of see like along the edge, just like kind of like burnt, charred, like where the blood is. And like if you look at his hand, you might have noticed that the cut on his hand has already started to heal up a little fast than what you would expect. And Rolo would kind of like to lean, like kind of crouch down and take a look at this abomination.
Don't waste your time. There's no bones.
There's an eyeball.
And take a.
The eyeball has a little bit of electrical shocks to it. You see a little bit of jolts of electricity jumping out of its eye.
So there's a kind of like shock, like a static shock.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you touch a electrical fence that's not very powered up.
Yeah.
Just that like you almost don't feel it at first, and then after like a few seconds of holding it, your hand goes numb and like you shake a little.
Yeah, so I'll see that.
Say, not that I have any experience touching electrical fences on purpose. What?
Yeah, so as like Rolo's hand starts to go numb, like he just kind of like drops the eye and just kind of looks at it and just kind of picks up and examines the deflated skin and just kind of says, "Well, beats the hell out of me. I can't say I've ever seen anything that looks like this."
Yeah, Arantis rolls a nature check.
Okay.
Investigating the corpse of this thing too.
Yeah, can I roll one too?
Monster.
Sure.
Is there anything in the temple?
He said.
The temple is open air. There's like a small statue of like a jade dragon statue, nice and green, very bright emerald color, almost jade color. I don't know.
Like large.
It's small. Like it's like as big as the monster's head. That's about it.
Okay, Orion, I rolled a 14 on my nature check while I'm kind of inspecting the monster. Does that tell me anything?
What are you trying to learn from this roll?
I mean, I guess just try to like see if I can determine just like what the hell it is. Or if it like bears any resemblance to anything that Rolo's has ever seen.
It does not.
Chicken, big arm man, football head.
It almost looks like it was like created, like something definitely created this with magic.
Frankenstein.
Okay.
So what do you get?
Arantis rolled a 25 on nature. So just trying to see if it's related to anything that could have that happened in this town.
I would say you definitely know it has something to do with this town, but it doesn't seem like this would have caused a lot more destruction to this town than what you see. So obviously something else is also going on here.
So it's scared of something.
And you know that, I mean, it's an aberration. It was definitely created by some sort of powerful magical thing, creature, human, whatever, being.
Yeah, Rolo kind of says, whatever the hell this thing is, it ain't natural.
And the eyeball being...
Yes, I suspect that it was created by magic, which means its creator either sent it here to wreak havoc on its own, or is perhaps still nearby.
And
I think we should be on our guard.
With your natural 25 nature check on it, you know that its eye could be a powerful magic item that could be used to help craft things, or even be used as a magical source, basically.
It's crackling with electricity. Does it appear like it would be harmful to grab without like an insulated, something keeping me grounded?
Justin can hold it. He's very tough.
Is Justin the one you're always like punching down at? That's like Justin seems to be getting the short end more so than, like Ziggy Jr. obviously the favorite.
I don't know what you mean. I don't have favorites. How dare you? Ziggy Jr., can you believe it would say that? Justin, pick up the eye.
I think they're all great.
Yeah, I agree. Let the skeletons hold it.
I love them equally. Yes, Justin, hold it. Junior will take a turn, maybe. Later.
Rolo just kind of looks at, like, Ziggy,
pick up the eye, Justin!
Affectionately referring to these skeletons, and he is, like, visibly, like, uncomfortable.
Where do you think everyone is? Maybe I should go talk to some people.
There's still that scent of meat on the air, which...
I checked the inn and didn't see anybody there.
I shuddered.
And by the way, where the hell's that useless damn dragonborn?
I'm right...
Yeah,
I'm right here.
What has Leek been doing?
He was just sitting in the cherry blossoms watching you guys fight. He's not a fighter. He's not a combat person.
I'll thank you not to speak to Leek that way.
Yes, he's an orc like all of us. We're all orcs.
Yes, we're all orcs here.
I forgot to say this. Ziggy definitely has tiefling horns.
I was gonna say I don't remember you saying anything about his
tail?
tiefling appearance, but
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys do? It's already 10 o'clock, so I don't want to like beat around the bush too much. Of like,
let's
Yeah.
let's go check out the manor house. I think maybe if anyone is going to be might still be here, I think that may be where they'd be.
Why wouldn't people be here?
Agreed. So I guess Arantis and I can saunter up to the manor.
Wait on me! Ziggy says, running behind.
hey, this eye kind of looks like I want to say it looks like the Oculus wizard source from Diablo 3.
Ooh.
Okay. And Justin's holding it, no problem.
Yeah, Justin's holding it, no problem. I think the amount of electricity it gives off, excuse me, isn't enough to like hurt anybody. But I feel like if you could tap into its power, you could then use it for good.
Yeah, for good.
That's my way of saying it would be sold as a very powerful magic item, or it could be used by somebody who uses magic as a But
Could
all
I
right,
tap into it and use it?
While we're walking over to the manor house, Orontis is signing to Plague and says, "Great work as always."
Plague nods.
Rantis, that's disgusting. It's our sibling.
What is it you think I said?
Great twerk as always.
Great twerk.
Great twerk as always. They didn't even twerk. They hugged at one point, which was strange, but it was cute.
Rolo just kind of like hits Ziggy with that fucking Anton Chigurh stare. Like, what?
I don't know what that means.
all right,
like
so
a
you walk
black-
into the manor house. It's empty. There's nobody here.
Hello.
The smell of meat, is it any closer than it was before?
It is.
Hello.
Does it seem to be originating from here?
Yeah, I would say it is. I'm not gonna make you roll for it or anything right now at this point.
Rolo's going to draw his pistol because, he's
I'm
just
starting
on
to think no one's
edge.
here.
Nobody's
Orontis'
listening
bow
to
in
you,
his
Ziggy.
hands.
Just let it go.
Okay.
And I guess, what do we see in the manor house?
You walk in, and it is a very open room you walk into. Very large staircase off to your right.
Love an open floor plan.
Very open floor plan. The staircase leads up to a second story that you can see like the balcony of. I'm kind of picturing a like kind of a mix of like an oriental house, very open with like sliding walls for doors, but at the same time mixed with like a southern what's the word I'm looking for?
Plantation.
Yeah, plantation home kind of
Okay,
thing.
like a colonial antebellum kind of thing.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Love that.
No pillars in the front, but like it because it has more of an oriental type look to the outside, but then like on the inside, it's very kind of thin walls. That very stereotypical like oriental type house you would see in like a movie, Kill Bill or something,
Yeah, like a samurai film. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we got it.
But then southern.
I guess. Like, are there any like adjoining rooms off this main room, or do the?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's a bunch of rooms. It seems to spread out a good bit. Like this is a pretty large house. You can't even like see to the back of it. I need all of you to make perception rolls.
I can't be the only one who smells that on the air. I have to imagine it's the first sign of life.
Oh, whoops! Roll the wrong dice. Hang on.
19 for plague.
Oh yeah, I'm not on the page.
17 for
okay,
Orontis.
19, 17. Not getting the notifications is throwing me off. I'm like,
around everywhere.
I just rolled a 10.
I got a 9. 11 minus 2. 9.
you names. I keep wanting to say ghost for some reason. Plague and Arantin Plague and Arantin, you notice two things. Arantis, sorry.
I genuinely thought you were doing it on purpose, so I wasn't saying anything.
It takes me enough time to remember everybody's names regularly, like new characters. Yeah. This is fun. You notice two things, both of you, while the other two are like kind of looking around and not really noticing much of anything other than like this nice looking house. Who got the higher roll? Was it Arantis?
I got a 19.
Plague.
Okay. I wasn't talking to you, Ziggy.
Sorry,
you don't. The only time you rolled good was an attack. Plague. We'll go with Arantis first. Arantis, you notice... Arantis... Okay, damn it. Fuck it. Arantis and Plague, you both hear like a weird clicking sound, kind of like a... Like, almost like a tapping. It almost sounds like maybe... like nails tapping against the floor. And then at the same time, Plague... I don't know what... You... feel something's off. Like maybe the floor slopes in a way that doesn't seem right. Maybe you take a step and like your foot goes through the floor a little bit, but then you look down and your foot's not through the floor.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
You reach for the railing that you can see visibly, and your hand passes through it. What do you guys do?
Wait, so my foot went through the floor, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like you felt it go through a hole in the floor, but then when you look down, there's no hole there.
Okay. You originally said your foot doesn't go through the floor. That's why I was confused.
Sorry. Nope. I think Arantis like kind of notices something is off, but maybe they don't like touch anything that like physically shows it. But they like something seems odd about the way the place looks almost to them. Ziggy and Rollo, you think this is a nice place?
Yeah. This is a pretty nice house.
Zigging's making Justin hold hands with McRib, and then McRib hold hands with Junior, and then he's holding Junior's hand. God, shock!
I love this character. He just like lightly touches it till the shock goes through.
Oh, I feel it.
Okay, so plague signs to Arantis.
Arantis, what does Plague say?
Arantis walks over to where Plague is and moves his hand through the railing as well, and signs back. I don't know if it's not real, but something strange is going on here. And
sorry, is it me?
I would like to investigate.
Yeah, okay.
Roll Arcana.
You can just make a straight up investigation spell. I'm fine with that.
I would like to make an investigation roll as well, but
okay.
Plague is not very smart, so
I will not have you talk about my sibling.
That was a 3 for Plague.
We're all brilliant.
You just can't figure it out, Plague. I don't know. Okay, I like it. Oh,
natural 20.
Okay, we're gonna go. Ziggy start. Brett, you see Plague and Arantis signing at each other, or at least Plague signing at Arantis. And I don't want to say what your character does, but I really like the idea of Plague trying to investigate, but then Ziggy is signing things to Plague, but it's really bad signing. Like, it does not make sense at all. And that's what distracts Plague from being able to investigate this.
Just absolute gobbledygook.
Yeah, what would... So, I mean, that's...
He's saying,
yeah.
Bones third, in my face, in my face, in my face! And then after he's done, he just nods like, yeah.
And then no, that's so good.
I think maybe Plague looks a little scared.
Oh,
and let me tell you, when
Like
you see
this
someone
investigated
who
all.
has a skull tattooed on their face looks scared, it's something else.
You suddenly see the terrain around you change. Arantis. And it's almost like what the house looked like when you entered is like a vague image superimposed on the actual house that is here, which is in ruins, which is burnt. There are corpses around you that are half eaten.
Yeah.
And then you see a creature crawling on the ceiling towards you with long, terrifying claws on its feet and legs.
It's feet.
Has very sharp teeth as it turns its head completely around to smile at you, and horns sticking out of every angle from its head, the back of its skull. And above it, or nearby it, is a floating brain that also has spikes sticking out in every random rate. Half of this creature is green, and half of this creature is purple. And it is clicking as it comes toward your party. Looks like it's about to jump on Rollo.
Everyone at the ready. Rollo, watch out! Above you. From the ceiling.
Yeah, I guess Rollo would just kind of turn around and go,
I was like,
point a pistol at it.
All right. We're going to drop into initiative.
Did I save us from a surprise round, maybe?
Yes, you did. So actually, because of the way initiative is and how this thing rolled, you all get to go. So Rantis, you're up first. Before this thing jumps on.
Okay, we're keeping initiative.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll every time for initiative.
Okay.
Okay. Come on, then.
I'm not that mean.
So, as a bonus action, Arantis takes a... never really thought about... It's just a verbal... It doesn't require a material component. It's just verbal. So I've never really thought about what Hunter's Mark is. Like, what it looks like as an action. I think... I think maybe he has like a dart with like a seal, and for Hunter's Mark, he tosses that at the creature. Like, it doesn't do any damage; it's not intended to, but it just kind of provides a point of focus for Arantis, and he is now concentrating on the Hunter's Mark spell. And I would like to attack this thing twice.
Okay, I just shared the image in the chat.
No sharpshooter.
Yeah. Nightmarish.
I'm going to roll with advantage, so it'll roll 2 dice at the same time.
Like this one.
Yeah, this is the one I sent you guys that one time.
Does it have the thing that's floating over its head?
That's what I said. It's a brain floating near it with also spikes sticking out of it.
One of them is a crit fail, but the other is a 27.
Those are 2 attacks?
Yes.
Okay. So the 27 hits. The crit fail does not.
Oh, shocker.
What?
Yeah, I know it's a surprise, but...
Okay, so... I don't get my Colossus Slayer because this thing has not yet taken damage.
Okay.
Do you get that on your extra attack, Carson, if you hit it with your first one?
Yeah, as long as it's taking damage. Hunter's pretty neat. I mean, it's bare bones. It's just
it is cool,
player
though.
handbook, but
it is very
cool. But it's a really solid class. It's minimum damage, so 7 piercing,
+6,
and 3 radiant. And what is Hunter's Mark damage? Is it a D6 or a D8?
I really think it's a D8.
D6.
Really?
So 12. It's just 12 total damage. 7 piercing, 3 radiant, 2.
Wikipedia page I just edited.
What? Okay.
Too generic.
This thing starts, like, speaking as you hit it with the arrow, and a second voice comes out of the brain that's floating nearby. It's a deep, guttural... And,
Ew.
do any of you speak deep speech or primordial?
No.
No, I speak 5 languages, and I do not speak that one.
Okay. Oh, shit, I forgot about this. You all can see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody needs to make a
Frightening.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Naturally.
Oh, but I'm proficient in that and still bad at it.
Okay. Yeah, you're -2 at it. I almost forgot about this. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that I missed this chance.
Is this frightening? Is this frightened that we're rolling against?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. Yep.
I made a 13.
Ooh, that's a nat 1 for plague.
Oh, no.
Advantage on that
That's
card.
That's a 14 for Arantis.
What did, what's your name? Ziggy get?
It's my dice is struggling.
14 for 13.
It's glitching out everywhere.
Oh, shit. You are all frightened.
An 8.
Oh, no.
An 8.
Just means we can't get closer to it.
You can't get closer to it. All your attacks against it now have disadvantage. I'm just gonna ignore that for your last attack, Carson. You got a nat 1 anyways, so... in one of those attacks. And I think it's any ability checks also have disadvantage while it is within your sight. Okay. Next up is Ziggy.
Do I get a chance at the end of... we'll just skip that since my attack wasn't at disadvantage. I was going to say, do I get a chance to end the frightened condition?
Yeah,
on
it's
myself,
they can repeat it. Actually, you can repeat the save at the beginning of your turn. So why don't you try it now, and then we can, if you do succeed, then we'll just say that's why you didn't roll with disadvantage on both those attacks. I think it makes sense.
It is just another wisdom saving throw, yes?
Yeah, just another. Oof.
Oh, it's an 8.
Yep. Okay. All right, Ziggy, you can make a wisdom saving throw again at the start of your turn.
Do my thralls need to make wisdom saving throws?
I don't think so.
They have condition immunities, and that's not one of them.
Oh, really?
Which I also think it's stupid because their first trait is called mindless.
Yeah, I would say they can't be frightened. They're mindless. Unless it's because of your own fear being passed to them. I'm not going to make you roll wisdom saving throws for all of them.
Okay. All right, I'm going to roll my frighten check again.
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah, there it goes. That's a 14.
That does not pass.
Okay. And this thing's on the ceiling?
Yeah, it's on the ceiling of the second story above you guys. Smiling down at you with sharp teeth. Oh, and real quick. Oh, sorry. I gave these things too much stuff. As you do the save, the terrain around you changes. Ooh. And all of a sudden it turns into like everything looks like a hellish nightmare. The ground has random lava flowing through it. It's blackened dirt. It looks like it's just been burned, and there is no building here. So it looks like this thing is just hovering on this above you now.
Do we feel, is this just a visual illusion, or do we feel it as well?
It is just a visual. It is just a visual illusion.
The original thing is the illusion.
So the original nice-looking house was an illusion. The house is still here for real, but it was like a destroyed house, basically.
And the cooking meat we smelled was a bunch of corpses.
Yeah, if you walked out of the building after you had seen that, the entire town would look different.
Yeah, that's what I figured. What in the Weezifer is going on here?
I mean, I would tell them. So for my turn, I would command my thralls to protect me.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay. No.
I mean, I can't move closer to this thing.
Yeah. Attacks have disadvantage.
That's my action. So.
Okay.
That is your action to command them. Okay.
Rolo, your turn.
All right, so let's try to make another wisdom save.
Yep. Somebody's got to save.
I believe in you.
Now I've got a pretty good, decent modifier. God damn.
Oh my god.
Yoinks.
A 3 + 2 is 5.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so I guess Rolo kind of like, shakes his head and like kind of snarls, and he just kind of takes a couple of panicked shots.
Yeah, so you're going to take 2 shots with disadvantage.
Okay.
Which this thing does actually let you just hit disadvantage on your rolls. That's pretty cool. I do like that.
Yeah.
Just hit the disadvantage button. I like that.
So +1 disadvantage.
Well, Ultra Punch didn't get to stun anybody, but this guy definitely frightened you.
Alright, first shot. Yeah, that missed.
Yeah, that's a crit.
I feel your pain, buddy.
Second shot.
It was a 1.
Yeah. Both shots miss, I assume.
Yeah, because of the disadvantage.
Okay. And like y'all kind of just like hear, like y'all, if you notice, like Rolo's like eyes, like there's like a weird, like I don't know, like luminescence to them now, and he's kind of like snarling and growling a little bit, and he's kind of, it's kind of weird.
That Ziggy doesn't.
Can I roll? Can Orontis roll a nature check on Rollo?
Sure.
I guess if the DM's fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's your character. My note for this one is this creature is an unholy mix of the gods' nightmares.
Oh God,
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. I love
The
it.
13.
13. Rollo.
I clocked something weird is going on there, but I don't know.
Yeah,
what it is.
you clock that something's off about him. I don't know if you know enough about things to know what this is. Plague, it's your turn.
Okay,
You can make a wisdom saving throw again.
18.
That saves.
Yay!
You are the only one who's not frightened anymore.
Okay, so it's still on the ceiling?
It is on the ceiling. Or floating on the sky, in the sky.
Floating in the sky. Alright. Oh, God. I don't have...
Wait, what?
There's no way to get up to it, right?
I mean, there is,
Fly.
but...
Ziggy.
Tell me.
Well, there's steps. You know there are steps leading up to the second floor of this building that you're in.
Okay.
And at this point, you know these are illusions that are being caused by something else.
Okay.
So you could try, like you know where the steps are in relation to you. I just feel like I'd have to make you like a dexterity saving throw to make sure you make it up the steps.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
You're good at those.
Yeah, you're good at those. The monk's good against this creature.
All of my rolls have been shit, so don't say that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh!
9.
I'm so
2
sorry.
plus 7 is 9. Yeah, so I think you go running up these steps that you're sure are there, and then you didn't get a chance to see it while like the destroyed building that Arantis saw, and you fall through the floor, one of the steps, going back down to the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah,
It's okay. They've got slow fall. They're fine.
yeah, I'm good.
They fell like 4 feet. They're fine.
I'm shit out of luck here, so I think,
But they fell 4 feet at half speed.
Okay.
yeah.
Might I make a suggestion for something to do with your action?
Sure.
Dodge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. It is the purple slasher's turn.
The purple
The
slasher.
slasher.
Oh man.
Nice.
The purple slasher, floating above you, appearing to just grab onto the sky because of the way the illusion spell is, turns its head 180 degrees around in like a weird, circle, counterclockwise,
Like a.
and then the brain that is floating near it shoots out 5 rays of fire at the 4 of you. So it's going to go...
That's one too many rays of fire.
Yep.
Unless it shoots out 5 at each of us.
It shoots out 1 at each of you and 1 more at Arantis because Arantis hit it.
Is this
You leave him alone.
So I'm gonna roll an attack roll.
Okay.
Against
you have
every single one of you.
against me.
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. I just made this way harder for myself. I'm gonna go in, a reverse initiative order. Plague gets a. What is this modifier for this thing? Okay, Plague gets an 8.
Nope.
Oh man.
So close.
So close. Rollo gets a 15.
15. I think that does hit. Oof. Yep.
Let's look at rolls.
Just hits.
Okay. Ziggy gets a 12. You said that doesn't hit because your AC is ridiculous. A 22 and a...
Yep.
Okay, 22 and an 8. So one of those... So I only hit Rollo once, and I hit Arantis once. And I gotta roll damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 points of damage to Rollo, fire damage.
Oh,
Wow.
That is not great.
And
that is a lot of damage. Did I take half damage from?
Uh-oh.
And for Arantis, 17.
Alrighty.
It said something before it blasted that at us, right?
It's been talking this whole time. I'll just say it's been gravelly voicing, talking at you guys without its teeth are closed, but its mouth is open. And then it's gone. You guys do not see it anymore.
What?
And now it's Arantis.
All right, hold on. Hold on, I need to roll a con saving throw.
Oh, for your concentration on Hunter's Mark?
Yeah, indeed. And it's 10 or half the damage I took.
Yes.
Whichever's higher, which it is, in fact, 10.
Just the same.
Well, I took 17. Oop, I didn't mean to roll 2. The 15 is what was rolled first in the breakdown feed.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. So you save.
Okay. I'll roll my wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, you can roll your wisdom saving throw, and then I'm also going to give you something here.
15?
That saves.
So my 14 just didn't save at the beginning. That sucks. All right.
Sure. I definitely haven't lowered things since we started this fight.
Okay.
Now, your 14 just didn't save, but the DC was a 16 originally, and I just lowered it, last round to a 15. I was like, 16 might be a little too high. Since this is me, testing these things out on you guys, I'm not going to hold on to some things that I have written down.
Are we still scared if we keep...
What? You're still scared. You're frightened for a minute until you save.
Okay.
Arantis, it is your turn, and this thing has just disappeared, and as it disappears, up where we'll say, toward the back of the house, or where the back of the house used to be, something floats into view.
Oh boy.
It is probably... I don't even know how to fucking describe this thing. It is bright golden colors. It's floating. It has 2 legs that aren't touching the ground and 4 wings that are not fluttering. 2 of those wings are by its bottom legs, and then 2 of those wings are up on its shoulders. It has 4 arms sticking out. It kind of looks like it could be like a 6-legged creature, but it's floating and hanging in such a way that it looks like 2 legs and 4 arms. And then it has a head full of eyeballs with one giant red eyeball in the center. And it is grinning at you with a big, spiky, like toothy grin between all these eyeballs.
I'm
I'll get
picturing
that.
the Pokemon that's a bat with a pig nose.
It is
with all the other
nothing.
Are you sure we're not playing Call of Cthulhu? You know, you told me we were playing D&D, but
we're playing D&D, just the Call of Cthulhu version of it. This is my 7-year-old's artwork. I'm just saying, there might be something wrong, or something right. I mean, really.
What?
Something about his nightmares. So yeah, this thing is now floating within your range, Arantis. Hopefully that image loads tonight. There it goes. It floated.
Nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel.
Like I'm saying,
you gotta have these somehow.
Huh?
When you listen to this episode on Spotify, people have to be able to look at these somehow.
Yeah. Oh, this will probably end up being like a Patreon episode, and I'll definitely include the images. Otherwise, if we do it like as a random side episode thing on Spotify, I'll definitely try to put it in like the description or something. I don't know if you can, but
cover art for that episode.
Yeah, the cover art for that episode will be one of these. Probably this guy.
You can link stuff in show notes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it can do that, but it'll probably be this guy, the unnamed creature that I have. Because I didn't have a chance to ask Caden its name.
The nameless one. That's what there you go. There's its name. The nameless one.
I put in my notes, this creature has no name. It needs no name. It understands all, and all will fall to it.
It understands all, but understands no names.
Yep.
I don't like that. I don't like the words you've said. I don't like the things you've described.
All right, guys.
I don't like having taken 17
lock
damage from a
in.
single
Let's
attack.
lock in and let's kick this thing's ass. God damn it! There's 4 of us.
Why do you need that man?
Where's that fucking shit brick Leak at? Let's throw him at one.
Leak is out of the building. He left the building. Which is probably worse for him, because the terrain is changing.
Did the illusion around us fade? You mentioned where the stairs were, is where this thing came from.
It came from like the back side of the house, and now it's still this like hellscape with like lava and like a dark red sun in the background. But you're in the house still. You're in the house, but you can only see the lava. But you know it's an illusion. Like, you know you're in the house.
I will, as a bonus action, cast Healing Spirit and put it 5 feet beside me.
Oh, nice.
And when the Healing Spirit, which is like a luminescent, like translucent, like blue panther.
I like that.
That is kind of curled up on the floor, looking peaceful. Whenever it materializes, this drops my hunter's mark. Whenever it materializes, I say, anyone who needs a patch-up, just approach the spirit. And what this thing does is, if you start your turn there, if you move within its range, which is
120 feet.
Moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, I can cause it to heal 1d6, and I can do that actually 5 times before this spell ends. So this is kind of like a waypoint of healing.
Nice.
We have to move
as long as I maintain.
Like we have to stand on top of it.
into the space. And I said 5 feet from me, so I'll move 5 feet into it, and I'll take the 1d6 healing. And then I'll actually move out of the space so others can gain the benefit as well. So I'll go ahead and roll a d6. And heal 5. Okay.
Nice.
And then I will spend both of my actions chucking enchanted magical arrows at this thing.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
I don't like when you say things like that.
Your arrows do... Ooh, nice. Both those.
It's a 28 and a 24.
Both those hit.
Okay, so my arrows do piercing damage. They also do radiant damage.
Yes. Make sure you differentiate which damage is which, because it has a resistance to one of those and a vulnerability to a different one.
Okay.
Which could be which?
So that is 10 piercing.
So 20 piercing damage.
Well.
Knew it. Called it.
This thing is an celestial aberration, is what I put it
I guess 1 radiant.
Oh, that's... Yeah, okay. Yep. It is resistant to radiant and psychic damage. It is vulnerable to piercing and something else.
And then my second attack will hit. And that is 9 piercing damage.
18.
And that is 5 damage from Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
And 4 radiant damage, so 2.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. It is its turn now.
That's not good.
Oh,
I made it mad. It's mad at.
I like
it's
that.
mad at me.
no.
I will spend the rest of my 25 feet of movement moving directly away from it.
Good call. Part of it starts to one of the arrow holes that you shot into it starts to heal up, cover up.
Oh, I don't like when they do that.
I have so many fun spells. Oh, I forgot I gave it that. Ah, that's fun too.
Christ.
I gave it one of Carson's favorite spells.
Spiritual weapon?
No, more like one of the spells that you asked me if we allow at this table.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
120 feet. All right. Everybody needs to... Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Everybody needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Why you do me like that, man?
Sorry. To be fair, I made these things before I knew what you guys were going to be. Which is almost... Oh,
18.
nice. That saves, Plague. Nice save.
Ugh. 14. Did that make it?
What? Oh, 14?
Got a 6.
The
8
14
minus
actually
2.
does save.
Ooh.
Did my 6 save?
No.
19.
8 minus 2, 6. Is that... No?
So suddenly... And then yours was, what, a 19, Carson?
19 was Carson.
There's too many... Okay, next time we are definitely doing character names on the thing. I can't read Nigel and then try to think of Rantis while also having Carson in my mind. Too many names. Each creature has to make an intelligence saving throw when you cast a spell or be affected by it. Brett, you're the other one. Ziggy, I need you to roll a d4.
Oh.
Hey, you don't take any damage from the spell. A 4. Aw,
Oh.
you rolled the least entertaining thing.
Oh.
The creature can act and move normally.
Huzzah!
At the end of each of its turn, an affected target can make an intelligence saving throw. If it succeeds, this effect ends for that target. So basically, at the beginning of each of your turns, you have to roll to see how you act.
Does that mean it's my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay.
So you can make an intelligence saving throw.
And a wisdom saving throw?
Oh yeah, and a wisdom saving throw. Oh my god, you're affected by 2 different things right now.
Alright, I'm just going to roll them at the same time. So that
Okay.
first one
Okay.
is a 12, which is for wisdom is a 13, and my other one is a 15 minus 2, 13.
So what is... Can you...
So I did frightened first,
Okay.
which is a 13 for frightened, and I got a 13 for both. 12 plus 1 and 15 minus 2.
Okay. The 13 for the frightened fails, but the other one saves.
Okay, so how does that work? Because with frightened, I can't move closer to the thing I'm frightened of. But
If you see it, it's not anywhere around. You can't see it, so you can move
so
any
I'm
direction
still
right
scared, but I can't see it.
All right.
I'm gonna use my.
But you also don't have disadvantage on anything because it's not within your line
Yeah,
of sight.
you don't have disadvantage.
So the thing I can see, can I attack with a melee weapon?
Sure.
I'm flying too high with that.
No, it's hovering. It's not flying. It's hovering.
Okay, so I'm going to command my thralls to attack it, and I'm going to follow them, but stand behind them so that I'm 10 feet away from them, but 5 feet within all three of them. So they need to
roll their attacks.
Roll the hit.
Yep.
So that's a 25, 17, and 13.
They all hit.
Really?
Yep.
So it's all necrotic damage, and that's 7.
Oh.
5.
Oh, wait, sorry, never mind. Wrong creature.
How'd you say, is he immune?
No, the other one was immune. Not this one. Sorry.
Well, it's going to be 8 plus 9. So 17.
17.
Damage they do total.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
This is. I think everybody's gonna get one. Like Rolo and Plague, you guys can each do one more turn, and then we're probably gonna call it, because it is almost 11 o'clock. So Rolo, what do you do for your turn?
All right, so I guess I would need to roll my wisdom. Well, I really need to do 2 wisdom saves.
You need to do 2?
Yeah, well, 1 to unless we just want to make it just a single save, I would need to make 1 to be not afraid of the purple slasher, right?
Yeah.
And 1 to be not a werewolf.
And then I'm below. I'm at or below 22 HP. I've got to roll to see if I can maintain composure.
Okay. Yeah, just roll 1. Just roll 1. I don't want to stretch this out too long.
Gotcha. 6.
So you fail that.
I sure do.
Really? With a 6, though?
Yeah, with the 6 though.
Yeah, the DC to save not lose my shit was 8. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, bonus action. Yeah, you just as the snarling and growling just intensifies, and you just see Rolo just. You hear him scream at the top of his lungs, and as you look, you can see the bones beneath his skin are popping and realigning, and his fingers grow into claws, like black fur starts sprouting over him, and some of his clothing kind of tears, and then he just kind of shifts into this 7 foot tall, just wolf man, and he just roars, and I move towards and attack the nearest creature to me.
Who would that be right now?
I'm thinking probably either Aranthus, Ziggy, or...
Well, Ziggy moved toward this thing.
I think I'm the furthest away.
Yeah, and then Plague was over by the steps and fell through the steps, so I feel like it would have to be Aranthus.
Okay.
It'd be fun to say Leek is right behind you and you just get to attack Leek.
Yeah.
But...
And kill him?
Yes.
I will
just die.
Put
He has
you
1
down.
HP.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Rolo has, dropped his pistol and just charges at Aranthus. I'm going to make an attack with my claws.
The funny thing is, this could have been something that this creature did to you. And instead, you've done it to yourself.
Well, I mean, we could say for the sake for fluff, that's what happened. The creature has induced madness.
Yeah, the thing that I literally did was a spell called Insanity, and if you roll a d4, and the 2 would be the creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly chosen creature within its reach. So basically, yeah, you would be attacking Aranthus.
Okay. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay. Is that... Let me see if that's It says if you have an extra attack, you choose whether to use it. I mean, it doesn't make it sound like that's my whole turn. It just says if you start your turn with 22 HP or less, You must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, DC of 8, or move towards the nearest creature and use the attack action against it. It does well. Okay, yeah, that is my action. My bonus action was me shifting.
I mean, if you have extra attack, then that's the part of the same attack action as taking the attack action.
It literally says if you have your extra attack feature, you can choose whether to use it.
Well, I missed the first one, so let's see if might as well.
Once your attack is resolved, you regain control of yourself.
And 10. So either one of those hits.
Okay. Plague, what are you doing?
Am I able to reach anyone?
You could reach all of them.
The monsters?
Yeah, the glowing golden-eyed freak is the
You are now locked in a you are in a burnt out house with Lovecraftian horrors and now a werewolf.
This celestial being, almost an actual angel of biblical description, is within reach.
I mean, the biblically accurate angels are pretty wacky.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're terrifying.
There's a reason they said, "Be not afraid."
I'm gonna try to grapple it.
Okay. Okay.
Triangle choke. Triangle choke.
Put them in a coffin.
26.
Hey.
It hits, or it wins. Yes.
I was gonna say, hit him with a stunner. Hit him with a stunner, Jackie.
Good stunning strike.
Is it possible to do flurry of blows while grappling?
You absolutely you can do your extra attack and you can flurry.
Yeah, and it's with advantage because it's grappling.
Okay, all right. Give me 1 sec.
I just want you grapple this thing, and like grapple in D&D isn't technically like you're hugging it. It's like literally just having your hand on it for the most part is what it's considered. And it feels solid, but like in a weird way where it's like if you had this creature made fully of rubber, like solid rubber. So it doesn't feel like it has bones or like it moves. It just is this solid ball, like almost like a stress ball that doesn't squeeze.
Wow. Okay. Here's my extra attack. Oh, that's sucky. That's my brain isn't working. Was it 9?
That's a 15. Is it plus 7 or plus 6?
Plus 7, so 16.
That hits.
Oh gosh. Okay.
This thing's AC is 12.
That's not a high number.
It's not.
It's not.
It's only 2 more than 10.
It just has like all the abilities that it has just makes up for it.
I mean, really,
It's like, I'm real easy to hit. Good luck hitting me though. When
Okay,
your brains are
Easy to hit, hard to kill.
exactly. Like, good luck hitting me.
That's
I've quite literally turned your brains into
then-
shit.
I'll spend a key point
That's
and do
disgusting.
flurry of blows.
Okay.
How does it feel about bludgeoning damage?
This is advantage, but there's 2 separate ones. So how am I gonna know which one is which?
You can look at the breakdown by clicking on the number at the top of your dice tray after you roll it.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay.
Breakdown.
So I'm sorry, I can't do math right now. I'm so
rolls.
It's you hit on both those. It's
okay.
fine. We're probably not going to use this dice roller in the future just because of some of these aspects. We'll try. I'll try to find a different one.
Okay, that's 17 total
Okay.
damage. And I'll use my last key point for Hands of Harm.
Ooh.
Necrotic damage.
Which I forget which one that is.
Necrotic is the one that's like linked to death and stuff.
That's not what I mean.
I know.
Oh,
Did they
not a
take
D8,
I guess you
not
didn't
a
tell us
D8.
if they took regular damage from my necrotic damage.
How do you
They did.
take away die? It doesn't work.
You just have to hit X.
Oh, okay.
You just get rid of one of them.
Brett.
This is past Jackie's bedtime.
This
We're
is
lucky they're still
so
awake
past
right
my
now.
bedtime. Oh yeah, 4
No.
necrotic damage.
Okay. I just because I do want to end this here, and I don't want to bring back the purple slasher who still has 167 health, and I don't want to deal with this thing.
Horrifying.
This thing that still has 100 health.
Oh my god.
So I knew we couldn't draw this out, but like I was like, we need to.
Yeah, and I don't want to do. I don't.
I
want this to be an actual one shot. I don't want to try to meet back together all four of us again to finish this off. I want this to be a one shot. So
hold on, hang on, guys. I know how we win. Let me call in a drone strike on Orion.
What happened here? I like what happens here. This way, okay. You punch this creature in the eye a few times, and one of its eyes starts rotting away, and then the thing just fades into, like, non-existence, and the illusions around you drop. And then the purple slasher comes running out of nowhere to attack you guys, and Leek Wooten jumps in the way and squashes it, because he's just so big. He just sits on it, and it squashes, and its eyes pop out. He can't fight, but he can sit on things. He is 400 pounds. And then, but you guys are left in this this corpse of a town, burnt. You walk back out of this building, and the trees that were pretty, and the flowers, and everything, all gone, burnt, fire everywhere, corpses all over the place. It's done. It's gone. The trees are all gone.
The town looks much better like this.
There's a bunch of bones all over the place. There's bones everywhere. It's like coming back to Luke's house and Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are outside.
Which we all remember as a joyous point in the.
Yeah, very good point in that. And that's where we're gonna end this. Let's do end of session questions real quick, just because I do want to do those real quick. And then we're gonna call it. What was your best role playing moment?
Oh, we didn't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. Ziggy had a lot of those. Interacting with Ziggy's skeleton crew for Arantis.
That was a good one. I agree.
I don't have one.
Okay. Go ahead, Ziggy.
I think my best roleplay moment was when Ziggy signed to Plague.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he said.
I don't remember either.
I kind of liked when I called Leak useless, and Grant was like, "Hey, man, don't say that."
Don't say that.
I would have liked to have seen like the tense Mexican standoff that would have happened between the two different monster hunters when one finds out the other is actually a fucking werewolf this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been interesting.
It's the one thing about. Go ahead.
Takes all kinds, man.
I think everyone had good roleplay moments, ignoring Ziggy 60 or 70% of the time.
Oh yeah.
And I would actually
siblings.
vote for Plagues looking terrified at Ziggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yes.
Oh yeah, Plague was terrified by what Ziggy was saying.
Even after 2 short weeks with Ziggy, the group's already learned, like, sometimes we just need to tune him out, and he won't notice. He'll just keep saying these insane things.
Yeah, like 99% of Plague's like internal monologue when it comes to Ziggy is like, bro, what the fuck?
What are you even saying?
And then they sign that to Ziggy, and they get it.
Yeah, I'm sad we didn't really have a situation where you guys could actually talk, and we could have gotten Ziggy and Arantis both responding to Plague differently because of them both seeing different like signs.
Oh yeah, no, I was like fully prepared to have like for Rolo to go on like a fucking tangent because he's getting 2 different. He's getting like 2 different like interpretations of what Plague is saying.
But we would have had only like 1 combat encounter in this thing for it to actually be that way.
Arantis did talk about Plague twerking, which was weird.
Yeah, that was true. What was the coolest or your favorite thing that happened this session?
Mine was losing my shit and actually getting to go after somebody. I've always thought that was a neat mechanic. And I've always
liked friendly fire.
Yeah, friendly fire is funny sometimes.
Mine would be that we split the party.
Oh my god!
And I found the monster because of bad rolls.
What's like? Plague and Arantis almost walked into that manor without everybody else there. That would have been so bad.
Oh wow, yeah.
Well,
and if y'all would have went in, I would have been fighting the one thing by myself, while y'all were fighting the two by yourselves.
Yep. I will say the purple slasher was supposed to be like in a separate house by itself, so all these would have been alone. But because of time, I tried to put it in with the unnamed thing. So
yeah,
so it wouldn't have been both of them at once. So, Carson and Jackie's your favorite thing that happened this session?
Man, I just love using sharpshooter. Sharpshooter's just my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I guess grappling a celestial being is pretty cool, but something about Rollo being really dramatic and walking into an empty building just kind of tickled me.
Oh, yeah.
So
I would actually vote that as your best roleplay moment. That was actually really solid.
My Witcher moment, and then there ain't nobody in there.
You keep hoping for your Witcher moment with Rollo, and it just is not coming every single time.
He tasks
weird
me.
Every time.
It's almost like there's like a god controlling everything.
You start describing, like, I've already described how quiet this place is, and there's nobody in this town, and you don't see anybody, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to describe how I walk into this inn, and I'm like, oh, the whole time I'm thinking, there's nobody in there. He's going to do all this, and there's nobody in there. And I thought it was great.
It's all quiet and stuff, because everyone is at the end.
Well, man, I was thinking it was just kind of like a creepy besieged town. It's like all the old monster movies where all the villagers are like peeking out from behind their curtains.
No, I went a lot more horror based on this one. What could have gone better? How did you feel it went overall?
There could have been a little bit more focus. I think genuinely for probably everyone.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Starting out was difficult.
Except for Brett. Brett was flawless as Siggy.
Oh, yeah.
Starting out, I had a hard time focusing at the start.
You can't see it. It's an audio medium. I'm bowing.
Once we got into it, once you guys had split up and I could get into it, I was definitely a lot more focused. But the beginning was definitely... Anybody else?
I think if we had and I don't know, maybe this was if we had set aside time before the session to kind of talk and have a better idea of how exactly our characters were going to interact with each other at the start of the session. And I don't know, maybe if we had just flushed out how exactly we're coming together and everything, because we didn't really have our meeting in the tavern moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was no session 0 or anything to make this congealed from the outset, so it felt more like a war game than our sessions usually do, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I was very genuinely excited to play Arantis and kind of get to flex the sharpshooter muscles and use my cool bow because I was excited about that. But I say sometimes that when I'm playing D&D, I don't want to ever forget that I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
But I think tonight might have leaned a little bit further into the direction of I am playing a game than maybe I'd realized. I wasn't I guess I missed the roleplay aspect of things a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I would like to have the time to do that for a one shot. I feel like the problem was me trying to get three of these monsters. I should have just left it at 1, but I was trying to try out 3 of these monsters. But then it was still we're just going to throw this in together. So I was like, we'll just do a combat thing.
I will tell you this, everything you threw at us tonight was terrifying.
Oh, yes.
Good. I think I'll
hate it all.
I think overall, I think they're decently balanced. I think I might change a few things here and there, a few stats, change DCs a little bit on a few things, but I think they all worked out pretty well for what they're doing. So I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, I'll say what they reminded me of. I don't know if any of y'all ever watched Critical Role, but when that became so popular, Wizards of the Coast actually published like a setting book for one of for the continent that the second campaign of Critical Role is set in, and it had like some of the new like classes or subclasses that they had created for the game, and some of the monsters, the homebrewed monsters that Matt Mercer had made. And like towards the end, the characters go to this like ruined floating wizard city that all of these basically like living weapons that this wizard civilization created almost 1,000 years prior are still like lurking and living there. And the lore is like all these living weapons were designed solely to fight against entities from the outer planes, like celestials and fiends. So yeah, they've got damage immunity to like radiant and necrotic damage, and they were like really, really scary monsters and like really difficult fights when they actually showed up in the campaign. And I thought they were kind of cool. So that's kind of what these reminded me of.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I mean, they're terrors that only a child's mind could have created.
Oh, yeah.
And only a true maniac could have converted into a D&D monster.
Like I said, nothing. Here we are expecting, hobgoblins and giant spiders, maybe a green hag. Not.
I definitely expected something organic at the very least.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? There's
Lovecraftian horrors.
I've got 4 more of these to design.
Lovely. All right, I'm gonna stop my Audacity and get it exporting.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
All right, guys.
to figure that out myself.